What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the Gamer Heaven. Well, Gamer Heaven 2.0, the new setup, the new house, the new location. We have a cheap Chinese knockoff PS4 DualShock 4 controller review for you guys today. I have tested probably 3 or 4 almost identical to this. They're in the high 20s to mid 30 range. This was actually $28 with a 10% off coupon. That will be linked in the description below, and it is off Amazon, so if you get it and it's a piece of shit, you can just go ahead and return it within 30 days for your money back. But honestly, in my experience, these behave exactly like a licensed Sony DualShock 4 controller. The light bar, the touchpad, the vibration, the battery life, everything is identical. Bumpers, triggers, analog sticks, but they're half the price. So I'm cheap. A lot of you guys probably would rather spend your hard-earned cash on games, PS5 if you can get your hands on one, maybe a new graphics card if you can get your hands on one of those RTX cards. And you don't want to spend an extra 20-30 bucks on a controller. So that's why I review these shitty controllers. I have reviewed $150, $200, $300 premium controllers on this channel. Everything from Scuff, AIM, Battle Beaver, Astro C40, Razer, just to name a few. So if you guys are interested in peripherals, so keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, definitely consider subscribing. About, I think it's about 80% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you do like that kind of content, it does support me. It does get my name out there so my channel can grow and I can continue to make bomb-ass content for you guys. So without further ado, let's head over here to the desk, unbox this bad boy, and see if it's any good. Alrighty, so popping a squat over here at the old unboxing station. Again, absolutely love this new desk I got. Just a ton of space. This whole area here I can just kind of use for unboxings and whatnot, not to mention my little nerdy action figures. And yeah, I mean, overall, just really satisfied with the cosmetics and the build quality, the aesthetics of this thing. I will have a link to this in the description below, by the way. It's kind of hard to find. I actually waited for it to go down in price because it spikes up to like $650. And I actually got this for, I think, $320 or $330 because I waited. I signed up for a little email list on Amazon, just waiting for it to go down in price. Anyway, so summer is coming. I believe the term was winter is coming, but I could be wrong. Made in China, absolutely. Real cheap packaging here. You're not going to get any crazy, laser cut foam holding your controller in place or anything like that. All these cheap Chinese generic third-party controllers come with the same things. You're going to get your controller wrapped in bubble wrap. You are going to get a customer service card with a email that probably goes to an unmonitored mailbox. You might get a phone number that's like 13 to 15 characters long or digits long. Nobody really picks up those lines, and that's kind of the risk to reward with these controllers is that, yeah, they're $28, $30 as opposed to like a $45, $50 licensed Sony controller, but the customer service isn't really there. But then again, if you break a Sony controller, I mean, I highly doubt that Sony's going to actually give you the time of day to replace a DualShock 4 controller when they're still worried about pushing out their PS5s and shit like that. Anyway, so you have the actual controller here. Now, immediately, ergonomically, it feels identical to a DualShock 4 controller. Build quality feels the same. Everything feels tight, buttoned down. You have the same disassembly here. You have 2 very tiny Phillips heads on top, 2 in the bottom here. I have disassembled all of these controllers. I do have a small business customizing controllers, pictures on screen here. I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and I have disassembled virtually every premium controller out there. I've repaired scuffs that got stick drift issues. I've worked on the Microsoft Elites, Razers, Astros, and then also just taken, stock licensed Microsoft and Sony controllers, taken them down to the chip level, replaced the buttons, hydro dipped everything, even cut into the shell to add bullet holes and slashes and stuff like that. Just something I enjoy doing. So this feels absolutely identical to a licensed Sony DualShock 4 controller. Now, why is that? Because they literally are the same. All you're paying for with that extra 15, 20, 30 bucks, I've seen some stores still charge like 60 bucks for a DualShock 4 controller, which is ridiculous. You should be able to get them brand new on Amazon for about 40, 45 bucks. Or get a certified Amazon refurbished one for a little bit cheaper. But these literally are the same. I have disassembled them and everything is the same. The battery has the same milliamp hours. It's got the same rumble force motors in the palms. It's got the same touchpad mechanism, same light bar. Same 6-axis gyroscope. Same 3.5mm headphone jack with the accessory port. They're virtually the same. So I've used a lot of these controllers in the past just because, you know, in case I break a controller or, you know, I want to customize it and turn it into a customer build, I can do that. And another thing I kind of do like is that the face buttons with these cheap Chinese knockoffs, they always come with some kind of really neat looking face buttons. And, you know, these are pretty cool. They feel the same as a standard DualShock 4 controller. It's just cosmetically they look a little bit better, and it's kind of like one less step that I have to take by replacing them. Analog sticks feel pretty good resistance. I have already played with this controller. I played some Crash Bandicoot 4 and some Crash Team Racing last night. There is virtually no dead zone in these, so as soon as you start moving to aim or to walk, it instantly registers, so there's no like sloppy dead zone, which is basically the neutral in the middle of the stick before anything gets registered. Zero stick drift out of the box, which is really great. Considering, you know, the $180 Microsoft Elite 2, there were a shitload of those coming out of the box with stick drift, which is completely unacceptable. The quality control over there. So, feels really good though. D-pad feels crisp and tactile. Obviously it is still just a one-piece D-pad design in there, so it's a little bit mushy because, well, it's just one piece. You don't have, you know, 4 individual switches in there. Touch bar works great. Light bar worked good. Triggers have a good resistance. Bumpers feel good. I do not like the stock share and options buttons on the standard DualShock 4 design because they are flush, damn near sunken into the front shell, so it makes them kind of hard to hit cleanly sometimes, especially if you had some fat and meat hammer thumbs. I got these skinny little bad boys here, but yeah, I've never been too big of a fan of the share and options buttons on these controllers. Ergonomically, it feels as good as a Sony DualShock 4 can feel. I don't have any major complaints with the design of the DualShock 4, but it is, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others, less ergonomically correct than a Microsoft Xbox One controller, which has kind of a wider boomerang shape that seems to fit most North American hands pretty damn well. You know, the DualSense 5, which is the PS5's controller, which, by the way, I have one coming here today or tomorrow, so I can do a review and disassembly of that bad boy. They did go with that Microsoft design. In fact, it's actually larger than a Microsoft One controller, just a little bit here in the palms. Then they shaved in the bumpers a little bit. But yeah, this is a... at the end of the day, it is a Sony PS4 controller. Now, if you order something like this from Amazon, you don't have to worry about the shoddy, janky customer service because you have Amazon backing it up. So you can return it, get all your money back, you know, within 30 days. And if you're lazy like me, you can just do a UPS pickup from your house where they send out a shipping label to your house. So you just stick it on the box and you're good to go, get your money back. So I like this a lot. They also had a ton of different colorways or themes or designs. I went with this clear and kind of a haze gray on the back. Or like a light sterling silver. I think it looks pretty good. I don't really plan on customizing this controller at all. This is probably just going to be my go-to for a, you know, standard, no paddle, no trigger lock, no mechanical thumbstick, no mechanical face buttons, you know, no thrills, standard controller when I'm just playing something like Crash Bandicoot or something where I don't really need paddles and a whole bunch of, you know, fancy e-gamer trickery. So this is just going to stay like this. I might do a budget build later on in the channel. Let me know in the description below if you are interested in that. Seeing, you know, what we can do to this controller for like $10 or $15. We'll just see what kind of parts and pieces and accessories I have laying around my house and see what we can do to this controller, disassemble it fully, build it back up as a nice budget build. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. If you guys are interested in controller reviews, computer peripheral reviews, PC builds, consider subscribing. I think only 85% of the people that 85% of the people that watch my videos and like it are not subscribed, which is unfortunate. It definitely does support the channel, and I appreciate it. It kind of encourages me to keep making content because I know you guys are actually enjoying it and, you know, waiting to see more. That's going to do it, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.